Belong at a cost by me. Moral warning. Imagine a world where your place cannot be chosen. It's given to you, decided by rules you can't change, where everything but yourself, your identity, belonging, future, depends on how well you fit and follow a system. Thesis. Dystopian stories show that fitting in comes with strict rules that take away people's humanity. Although real belonging comes from caring for others, standing up for what you believe, thinking beyond yourself, and staying true to your morals. Here's my table of contents. Here's a summary of the eras. This story takes place in a dystopian society where you are ranked based on usefulness to the system. You are considered not valuable enough, then you disappear from society, while those who fit the standard are allowed to stay. In this world, your meaning means everything. Your belonging is conditional, and you must meet expectations if you want to belong in society. Human worth is reduced to only numbers and stats. Everyone is in constant fear of falling behind. This scares off any feelings of resistance or empathy towards others. Next is a summary of the ones who walk away from laws. This story is set in a thriving city of joy, where everyone appears happy and fulfilled. Doesn't seem too much like a dystopian society, until we learn that the happiness of Umalas depends on the constant suffering of one child, who is kept away in misery and isolation. Members of Umalas know about this and choose either to stay, thinking the suffering is for the greater good, while others can't accept the injustice and moral cost, leaving Umalas, leaving behind comfort and belonging. Belonging in dystopia. Comfort is built on the constant suffering of society. For example, 1984, the constant threat of being watched, cameras everywhere, diminishing humanity. Winston doesn't put up with the injustice and rebels while society stays quiet, showing how they accept reality. Society throws away the moral cost to belong in Oceania. My first quote from the ones who walk away from Umalas. They all know it is there. All the people of Umalas, referring to how everyone lives in Umalas, knows about the child. They still choose that is a cost to pay for the paradise of Umalas, choosing their belonging and comfort over their morals. My first question, if belonging meant someone else's suffering, would you stay or walk away, and why? Who is allowed to belong? Assign values. For example, the eras. How your belonging based on society, on your ability to meet the expectations and standards. If you're not able to, you don't get to belong in that society, and you disappear. This dehumanization of humanity shows how easily we are categorized and broken down. Survival versus dignity means that characters can stay alive by only accepting a system that denies their humanity, when simply staying alive is challenging that all self-pride and respect is a danger to have. Quote number 1 from the eras. In the era, people were measured, categorized, and ranked, and the system said it was fair. Society, being aware of their assigned value, given a label and a standard to hold, just belongs somewhere dehumanizing and everyone to numbers and stats. My first scholarly article. It's all about getting so involved and absorbed by your passion that you completely lose track of time. Moments of passion, Rick caring for his animals, empathy, or emotional connections are what dystopian societies don't want. True passion, personal meaning, being deeply absorbed by something means freedom, individuality, and personal identity, all things societies like the party from 1984 don't want. Complete control is what these systems want, and with passions and purpose, that isn't possible. Manufactured identity. Across dystopian stories, identity is not something characters are allowed to create for themselves. Instead, it's assigned, monitored, and enforced by the systems. 1984, the party controls identity by taking away individuality. Do androids dream of electric sheep? Androids are denied identity entirely, even when showing emotion and intelligence. Society accepts this manipulated way, losing humanity by reduced by their compliance. 1984, quote number 1. Nothing was your own except a few centimeters inside your skull. This quote shows the extreme level of control systems have in dystopian society, where privacy, freedom, and identity have been almost completely erased. Only the thing the party hasn't gained full control over is your mind. They can manipulate your experiences and memories, but can't control your mind. Scholarly article number 2. Deep connection with social groups and physical places and individual collective experiences is a fundamental human need that predicts numerous mental and physical, social, economic, and behavioral outcomes. This quote highlights how belonging is a human need. Humans rely on connection just with people, but places, culture, and to thrive mentally, emotionally, and socially. My inquiry: risking your well-being, questioning the system, or accepting reality, belonging within the system. This basically means that, do you rebel against everything that you know, like society, risking your belonging and your purpose, and exploring your purpose, or do you accept the reality and accept to be belonging within the system, who question the system by not standing for injustices and mistreatments, risking your well-being like Winston did. Him and Julie rebelled and resisted against the party. Yes, they did get caught, but they did something much more than other people. Or you can accept the reality, like this, like Society of Omalas, accepting that suffering is just a part of the greater good for others. My last question: can belonging ever feel real if it comes from the cost of your morals or freedom? Thank you for listening to my presentation. Here's my works cited.